I've been asked to sort of respond to three different questions. One, what inspired you to start Blue Planet Run? What are you trying to achieve? And how are you using partnerships to further this work? I'm really not so sure that there was any particular inspiration as such. I'll give you just a quick genesis of how Blue Planet Run came into being. My wife died December 10th, 2000. 1 year, and I spent that next year being very present with her departure. And 1 year and 1 week after her departure, I was walking with a friend of mine around a lake, and we had our dogs with us. Two people ran by, and I pointed to the lady who was running, and because she was an excellent runner, and I said, wow, look at her run. Someone over my shoulder said, that woman is the #1 ultramarathon woman in the world. That means they run 50 to 100-mile marathons. At that moment, I saw the words, World Run One for the environment, $10 billion. So it was not an inspiration. It was a message that I think really my wife said, okay, you've taken a year, boom, kick you in the ass, now it's time to go out and start working again. So that's really how Blue Planet Run came about. Since that time, that was in, I said, December of 2001. We started the foundation in 2002. And what is it that we're trying to do? We're trying to bring safe drinking water to those who thirst for it. Now, when we think of 1 billion people who do not have access to safe drinking water, and that 1 billion people live at the bottom of the economic pyramid. They live on $1 a day or less. And we cannot be thinking of water in isolation. It literally is the first rung on the ladder out of the pit of poverty for those billion plus people. And water really is the cure. It is the cure for the 20,000 people who die every day. It is the cure for the 200 children who die every hour of every day of every year. It is the cure for the young girls who don't go to school, or young children, primarily young girls, who aren't going to school because they're spending their days fetching water. And we're building a movement, and literally a movement of people, a movement of 20 million people worldwide who will help fund this project. And it is where we are today is really the power of partnership, the power of the partnership with Coca-Cola, with the UN Foundation, and with the United Nations. The power of partnership is unbelievable because what allows us to do is to divide the tasks and multiply the results. Blue Planet Run is a very, very small organization, but with the help of Coca-Cola, with the help of the United Nations Foundation, and with the United Nations itself, we'll be able to expand this program around the world. And when you really think of being able to save a life, or send a child to school, or allow a child to go to school, or to help them with their nutritional needs for $25. What you heard in the movie about 25 projects, now we've done 69 projects in 10 different countries, and we've brought safe drinking water to approximately 35,000 people. And our goal is this first run, the first event will happen. Hopefully it'll leave the steps of the United Nations, but the first run around the world will start June 2, 2007. And in the movie, it said, 100 days, we think we can do it in 80 days. Around the world in 80 days by foot. Now it's not 16 runners or 14, it's going to be 18 runners. 18 runners will leave the United Nations. They will run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, relay style, and 12,000 miles later, after circumnavigating the globe at approximately 40 degrees north latitude, they will arrive back in New York City at the United Nations, and that is the beginning of the fundraising campaign for the world to get engaged, the world to get behind this movement. Many of the people in this room have seen the Lance Armstrong yellow bracelet. Well, this is our icon. It's a shoelace. Appropriately, it's a shoelace. So hopefully in a year or so, you'll be driving down the street. You'll see one over somebody's rear view mirror. You'll see one maybe on a backpack, through hair, wherever. And what you'll know when you see that, you will know that that person saved a life. What our overall brand is, it is really ordinary people doing something extraordinary for their fellow man.